Hey everybody, Frugal Farmer here. This is not really an old memory, but it's getting pretty old now. When I first went into business, I was working at this lady's house, and she was one of my probably first 10, maybe my first 5 jobs I ever did. I was replacing the soffit and fascia on different parts of her house and putting vinyl siding up and wrapping her windows and stuff. Well, I made the mistake of hiring a friend of mine. He had lost his job and he needed some money, and I felt sorry for him. Well, he was a big animal lover. I love my animals, but there's a time, you got to kind of use common sense and things. Well, this lady had 3 Dobermans, and I've never been a Westminster dog show judge, but these were some of the best Dobermans money could buy. I mean, they were beautiful dogs, but they didn't like anybody but that lady, and that lady would speak to them in German, and they'd do stuff. Well, that was enough for me not to go back there. Well, it wasn't enough for my helper. He kept easing back there. He said, I want to pet him. I said, look, dude, them ain't petting dogs. I said, just leave them alone. Don't go back there near the fence. And he kept nudging closer and closer throughout the day. I'd catch him. I told him, I said, dude, I said, do not go back there near them dogs. I said, all I need is for you to get bit. You want to sue this lady, then I'm off this job. I said, dude, just leave the dogs alone. I said, I'll carry you by the animal shelter and you can pet all the dogs you want there. I said, leave them dogs alone. Well, I had him doing something. His skill level wasn't up to doing everything, so I had him doing some basic wood replacement stuff that I hoped he could do. Well, I was right on the other side and I didn't hear a hammer going. I got down off the ladder, walked around there, and sure enough, he was about 10 feet away from the back of the fence, but he's crouched down with his hand out. I said, dude, I said, what are you doing? Oh, nothing. I just took me a little break. And I said, I told you, leave the dogs alone. And I didn't say it quite that nice, though. So I just said, you know what, man? I said, let me go ahead and carry you home. And so he said, we loading up? I said, no, I'm coming back to work. I said, I've got to catch up. I said, you've been wanting to play with the dogs all day. Oh, no, no, no. I won't. I said, no. I said, we've already been through this. So I carried him home, dropped him off, didn't even tell him bye. And I barely slowed the truck down. And I, get out, grab, go. And so I went back and I did that job by myself. And it's about 3.5 day job. Well, I stopped by Walmart, got me 2 bags of treats. I'd thump them back there to them dogs. About every hour on the hour, I was thumping treats. And so them dogs got where they'd see me. And I didn't go back there and pet them. I weren't going to risk that. Well, finally the day came I had to do the back. The back was going to be a quick run. There was only 2 windows and just soffit and fascia. And it was, it was the finish up on the job. So she told me, she said, look, when we go back there, don't make any sudden moves, don't talk loud, don't raise your hands. And I mean, it was a long list of stuff. I said, ma'am, I ain't going to do none of that. And we got back around there, and them dogs were coming up to me, sniffing me, wagging their tail, and they were wanting to play with me. This lady, she was a little bit perturbed. She'd say something to them in German, and they'd sit down, and they'd look at me and wag their tail. Man, she was fit to be tied. And she said, I don't understand they don't do this. They aren't supposed to show any friendliness toward anybody. I said, I don't know, ma'am. She said, well, I just don't understand. And I said, well, I think I'll be all right if I can go ahead and finish up this back part so I can get done. I was back there by myself. Them dogs, I was petting them and rubbing them hard, playing with them. They were bouncing around. And she was all in an uproar, trying to figure out why those dogs were behaving like that. But I thought it was funny because she was just so perplexed. you know, why them dogs, and them dogs, I think if you were the wrong individual back there, them dogs, you know, there'd have been body parts gone. And, but anyway, from then on, I kind of, when I had somebody work for me, I didn't hire any friends anymore. That way I could tell them, here's the deal. If you can't live with it, you will be gone in half a second. And I carried no one else home after that. That was part I said, hey, if you screw up, you need to walk. Thanks for stopping by. Come back again when you will. Share, comment, like, hit that subscribe button. God bless.